Scottish Falsetto Sock, puppet theatre, and so am I, and so is he. And we're looking at the circus. Yes, do you know, I once damaged a ceramic sculpture of a famous circus and all of its surroundings. Chipperfield? No, but I took a chunk out of the tent. Another groan, I'm still keeping count. Yes, we're going to look at all the individual genres of the circus act. All the genres, all the individual genres, yes. Yes, we've got trapeze to come, we've got clowning to come. Burlesque, one. Are we going to be doing the burlesque? The burlesque, yeah. You love the burlesque, don't you? A sexy, sexy burlesque. Take off our clothes and take off our clothes and take off our clothes until there's nothing left. How good a look do you think that would be for us? You hadn't thought that through, had you? Have you ever seen any kind of performance at all, ever? I have. I'll have you know that last year I went to the Edinburgh Fringe and I saw a performance artist. Performance artist, yes! He was a very avant-garde performance artist, performing not in a theatre like you and me, really, no. He was performing in a doorway. A doorway, yeah. And he had his back to the audience. Challenging, I know. And then he did what can only be described as a wee-wee. Were there many in the audience for this performance? No, just myself. And was it a long show? No, just the one act. Quick bow, short encore. What was it called, this performance piece? Do you know, I wondered that myself. So I tapped him on the shoulder. I said, "Excuse me, Mr. Performance Artist, what's this piece called?" And apparently it's called "Fuck Off, You Pervy Bastard." It's a risky title. It was free Fringe. But quite an influential show. Influential, yeah, because across the course of the rest of the month, I must have seen 8 or 9 tribute acts. Well, that's not the kind of performance we're going to be doing tonight, because tonight we're going to take you back in history, back in time. Woodly, 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 woodly. Thank you, Doctor Who. Yes, we've gone back in time. 250 years to the birth of the circus as we know it. And the circus as we know it was created by P.T. Barnum? No, the circus was invented by, does anybody know?
The Romans.
Oh, yeah, well that circus, which after 16 nights nobody's chucked up with, obviously, the Romans had a circus. But unfortunately our show was 2,500 years too short to fit that in. So instead we're beginning in 250 years ago. It had its anniversary last year. It was created in this country by a fella called Philip Astley. Nobody heard of Philip Astley?
Yay!
You've heard of Philip Astley, good. You are, however, alone, so we shall now enact for you the life of Philip Astley. Was that the lead singer of the Human League? That was Philip Oakey. So now we do the life of... Sorry, do you mean the word that's the equivalent of a thumbs up sign? That's okie dokie. So now we perform the life of... Sorry, do you mean the shallow peat-filled swamp on the border between Georgia and Florida? That's the Okefenokee. So now we perform... Sorry, do you mean the second half of the 8th verse of Ian Dury's Reasons to be Cheerful Part 3? That's sing okie dokie, sing along smoky, coming out of chokey, which nobody under the age of 50 can possibly understand. Will you stop making references for the old people? Look around you. There are millennials in the crowd. Are there? Not many, I'll give you that. It is a school night, but I mean, if you could try and reach out to the whole room, please. We're going to do the life of Philip Astley. We could have just played the Philip Astley song. What? You've not heard the Philip Astley song? I didn't know there was one. Well, I have Googled it and I've downloaded it. Go on, play it, Florence. Well, my friend has redeemed himself in my eyes. Apparently there's a Philip Astley song. I didn't know this existed. So... Would you please stop your fannying about? They like my fannying about. They don't like your fannying about. anything about it. This is the Edinburgh Fringe. When they laugh, they're being ironic. Just take this seriously for a second. We could be a great circus. We could be Cirque du Soleil. There's another groan, I'm counting, that's 4 now. Could you do a proper act? Could you do, I don't know, stilt walking? Stilt walking, I'm doing it now. Okay, I can't fault him there. What about funambulism? I can do funambulism. Do you even know what that is? Yes, funambulism is when you get a blood clot, but it's quite amusing. Listen, in between your jokes that go over a lot of people's heads and your references for old folk and your songs that end cha-cha-cha, they do. Would you be able to do a bit of acting? Yeah, sure, try me. Okay, well, I happen to know that later on in the show we have a tightrope and trapeze artist, I can do that, who's Australian, easy peasy lemon squeezy, and female, you bugger. Yes, that's to look forward to. And let's challenge you again. We've got a clown. What accent do you think this clown should have? Where should this clown come from? Go and try him.
Italy.
An Italian clown, go on. Yeah, that's a fucking donkey, what was that? Ravioli pasta, right. Not entirely sure if that's racist, but it's certainly going to be disappointing when that happens. An Italian, what was it? Oh yes, a clown, sorry, suddenly I was picturing chefs with that amazing rendition you did of the Italian language. So, what other act could we have, apart from the clown and the trapeze? No, not accents. We want acts now. Oh. I realise they've got 3 of these same letters in common, but what we're trying to do is find an act that we could throw into the show, from the circus or the music hall, however obscure. You name it, we'll do it.
Clown burlesque trapeze.
Clown burlesque trapeze. Now, the trapeze act is still waiting. We're still waiting for them to turn up, and the clown, we're also waiting to turn up. And the burlesque we've already covered. So apart from 3 words that we haven't said so far in the show, can you think of any act that we could do? Go on, challenge us, think. Acrobats, fucking trapeze. It's the same bloody thing. They've got tightrope walkers and acrobats. It's the same person. They go up in the air and they try not to fall down. That's coming up. The trying not to die from a great height is covered. That's taken into consideration in advance. Try us with something else. Come on, there's plenty. Lion tamer or sword swallower. Let's do both. Okie dokie. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, the lion taming sword swallower. Open wide. I thought I was going to swallow a sword. Yeah? Good point, well made. Right. Open wide, I'll give you the sword. What was that? I'm pulling a sword out of a sheath, I suppose. Is that the best thing to keep a sword in? Okay, there's 2 meanings for the word sheath, and really nobody under the age of 60 has heard of the one that you just conjured up. Just open your mouth, I'm getting a sword out of a leather thing. Okay, okay.
How's he got to turn me?
A person nailed to the floor. Which is why they never really did that in the 3-ring circuses of old. Thank you. That's why there will be no more improv in tonight's show.